Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, I've got to build a computer. Well, duh. But this is a very special computer because I'm building it for my editor. And yeah, I have an editor. I know, crazy. Ow. So, as you know, I fucking despise myself, so it's really hard to edit my videos, so I've got someone to do that for me. I also have this crazy little thing called a job, so I don't really have much time to edit videos, let alone film them. And part of this is that they need a computer to edit while they're at home, you know? They do come here and edit sometimes, but they need one to edit at home. And they're gonna be here to get footage in about an hour so that they can take home and edit. And I'm actually going to kind of surprise them with this computer. Editor can use this computer for whatever they want. I'm basically giving it to them. They also edit my videos with it, but you know, they can game on it, do their work with it, whatever. It's their computer to use. It's also for editing my videos, so it's a win-win. I have about an hour to build this entire computer. It's gonna be a really sick computer. ITX, very powerful. I mean, very powerful, so I'm just gonna get right into it. So, real quick, so I can get it out of the way. The case I'm going with is the Thermaltake Tower 100. It's a miniature version of their pretty famous Tower 900. I just think this is an adorable case. It's a very nice case, and it's got glass all over the sides, which I have off now. So, that's what we're gonna be going with, and it's an ITX case, so I'll just leave that over there for now. For an ITX case, we need an ITX board. Now, with a lot of ITX boards, you lose the main features of your CPU when you install in that board, and I thankfully can't say the same thing for this fucking beast. This is an insane motherboard. This is the ASRock Rack X299i. What is it actually called? X299 is not still a modern chipset by any means, but it supports some pretty powerful CPUs, and today's CPU is no exception. But not only does this motherboard, in such a small form factor, have a full LGA 2066 socket, it also supports quad channel memory. Not only that, the board also has 3 M.2s, and even using this super sick SODIMM.2, which is a SODIMM connector to M.2 adapter. Now, it doesn't actually work in a normal SODIMM slot. This is a special SODIMM slot, so don't think that, but I thought it was pretty cool. And then, even with I.O., we still get a fully stacked amount of I.O. We've got AC Wi-Fi, we've got 6 USBs, 4 USB 3.0 Type A, 3.1 Type A, and a 3.1 Type C, as well as 2 gigabit Ethernet ports on the back too, which is great. And then, of course, 7.1 surround audio, if that's what you're into. So yeah, it's a very, very stacked motherboard. And to populate this board, we have a very stacked CPU. This is the Intel Core i9-7940X, a 14-core, 28-thread, boosting above 4.0 gigahertz beast. This thing is freaking insane. So we'll install that in a minute. Now for our RAM, to support this CPU, we have some SODIMMs to select from. The theme of this build is actually going to be, there's not going to be any RGB lights or anything because I know editors not really like that. So we're going with a very, very nice color scheme though. So we have a nice black PCB motherboard, and for our RAM, we have some red PCB SODIMMs. These are 16 gigabyte InnoDisk wide temp DDR4 SODIMMs. Now these are only 2400 megahertz, but realistically speaking, that's fine for older Intel platforms. And these are just beautiful, man. They're beautiful, and it'll look so good on our black PCB motherboard. And not only that, it actually matches our graphics card, the Dell Alienware 5700 XT. Yes, an RX 5700 XT, not the newest card on the planet, and it perfectly fits the theme of the build. It's got a nice black, matte black shroud with the Radeon logo and all that, you know, and a red PCB, which is very rare for a graphics card. Very few companies use a red PCB on their cards. Thankfully, Dell uses it for their 5700 XT, so we have a perfect matching graphics card for this build. Now, realistically speaking, storage and stuff is not really interesting. We'll go over it as I put it in. The last interesting component is our power supply. Silverstone, huge props to you guys for sending this thing over a while ago. It's like a $300 unit. This is the Silverstone NJ700, a 700 watt, 80 plus titanium fanless power supply. It is just an awesome PSU. I'm almost sad to give it up, but I know it's going to be going to good use. 700 watts is plenty for this build, and a fanless 80 plus titanium is super efficient, so it's not going to draw extra power that it really doesn't need to. It's This thing is just freaking awesome. Again, thank you so much, Silverstone, who sent it over a while ago. They've sent over so much stuff, dude. Just love this thing. 80 plus titanium efficiency, too. Now, that's really all the core components. Storage and cooling and stuff we'll go over just as I put it in the case. So, let's get right into the build. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to install our CPU. So, LGA 2066 has a very nice little fucking socket retention mechanism here. Unlike their newer Xeon and Extreme Edition sockets where it does not have any kind of retention mechanism for some reason. And we're just going to install our super sick Core i9 7940X. One of the first i9 CPUs from Intel. And our little triangle is right there. I don't know if you see that, but I'm going to match that up with our gold triangle. Although realistically, the CPU only fits in one way, so it's pretty easy. Just put it in the way that it fits. Crazy. And there we go. Next, we're going to install our RAM. So we have 64 gigabytes of DDR4 SODIMMs. And, you know, I'll just give you guys the satisfaction here. God, this is so beautiful. There we go. Next, we're going to pop out our DIMM.2, SODIMM.2, so to speak, and put that to the side. Now, for our boot drive, it's very simple. I have this Kioxia 256 gigabyte NVMe solid state drive, and that's the only drive I could find. I'm actually very out of drives after building my NAS. So that's all you really need, though. We're going to have some SATA drives, which we'll go into later. We're going to pair it with some of these, which are these very tiny SanDisk 128 gigabyte SATA drives. And I'm going to use these to make an editing RAID. They have a DRAM cache. They're pretty decent drives for what they are. I got a really good deal on them. So we're going to use 4 of them in this build. That'll support this NVMe. We really just need this for a boot drive and some basic scratch disk for assets and stuff that are going to be edited with. But that's about it. And we'll just pop that in here. Well, we don't need any more. So, time to get onto the case. So we've got the Tower 100 here, and we're gonna try, there's already SATA cables in here. I wasted like 30 minutes trying to find SATA cables. There's already fucking cables like pre-routed in here. I'm so good at my job. All right, so we're just gonna try our best. It actually goes this way. I already put the IO shield in, so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, this is going great. This is going amazing. I bet it's the wrong screw. It is. Oh my God, I was right. I'm a genius. That's also the wrong screw. I don't care though. I don't care. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna keep using the wrong screw. I'm a genius. So that's the interesting part of the build portion. I'm gonna install the power supply and route the cables off camera because I don't feel like recording it right now. Alright guys, so that was basically the interesting part. I'm gonna install the power supply and stuff off camera and all that. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, after hooking everything up and having just a fantastic time, we've got a keyboard hooked up. This is a beautiful keyboard by HyperX, by the way. And we're gonna hit boot and just hope this works. And I really hope the CPU is cooled properly because I don't trust this mounting. Here we go. Well, sounds like it works. I do want to go into the BIOS though. And there we have it. Well, at least I think so. Yep, I got a 7940X, 3.1 gigahertz base. We actually have 40 gigabytes of RAM because I'm an idiot and I kept saying 64 when I actually have two 16 gigs and two 4 gigs. So we have a fun amount, 40 gigs of RAM in quadruple memory mode, so it's fine. We get quad channel memory and 40 gigs. That's plenty for editing video, especially with a 14 core CPU. All right, we should have Windows on this drive already. Windows 11, actually, my first time in building a PC for Windows 11. I really don't use Windows 11 or believe in it, but let's see if it works. That was a fast boot. Hey, lesbian flamenco. All right. Now, it was also a drive from an Alienware, and it works, and everything shows up. We have, I lost the mouse. The fuck is the down arrow? As you can see, all of our drives show up in Windows, so that's perfect. This is great. We got a great little computer here. You know what? I don't think it looks half bad. Then again, halfway through recording this, my editor showed up and basically did the build himself because I was really tired by the time he got here from being an idiot. Turns out it's very tiring. So, yeah, I totally ruined the surprise. I'm very stupid. Whatever. I don't know, press the like button, maybe leave a comment saying like, hey, what's up? And I'll be like, yo. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my editor for being, you know, cool and editing this video. I think this is actually a pretty decent build. I'm not actually mad at it for once. I actually like the build I've built. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Ow, fuck. Did you just hear that? No. Peace. I wondered if the mic caught it.